Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Hi, j-fallon, and thanks for listening to the Slippery Slope. So today is Wednesday, the 13th of August, 2025, and the year has flown on by. I've got a couple of stories that I want to talk about. Absolutely bizarre. I personally think that Australia, our leadership is losing its mind. They cannot think clearly, succinctly. They cannot make rational decisions. I believe this is spiritual. I believe it's because they've given themselves over. God's given them over to a reprobate mind. Some of the decisions coming out by people like judges, just absolutely bizarre, bizarre, stupid. Our government does not have control. Absolutely no control. And I'm going to bring up these stories to explain why I don't think our government has control. Now, and also, like I spoke about, was it Monday? How Anthony, everyone, your Prime Minister, not mine. No, I won't say that, but I just did. Anthony Albanese is going to, they've agreed they're going to support a two-state solution, the formation of a Palestinian nation. You know, no one knows where these borders are going to be. Obviously, the Palestinian people don't want those borders. Part of their also part of Australia's demands and all the other nations is that they have to walk away basically from Hamas. Hamas can't have any part of this new nation that's going to be formed. But lo and behold, they went. The Palestinians had done a little poll, and just checking out who in Palestine, this area, Gaza and whatever, who actually supports the Palestinian Authority and who supports Hamas. A majority of people, of these individuals that live in those areas, support Hamas. Who would have thought? Okay, and a majority of these people also thought that the brutal massacre that happened in Israel was when they went in, invaded Israel, slaughtered innocent people, including babies, unborn children, slaughtered them. They all thought, a vast majority of people living in these areas think that that was a good thing. Absolutely great thing to do. Yep, and completely justified. So they think that the slaughter of innocent men and women and children and unborn babies completely justified. Majority of them support Hamas. But hey, Anthony Albanese and Penny Wong, they're saying, well, if you want your own state, you're going to turn your back on Hamas. Yep, this is what you have to do. It's never going to happen. They only tell you part of their belief system is that they can just lie. They can just tell you whatever. Yep, we'll agree with it. We'll say whatever you want to hear. We're never going to do it. But the West constantly just want to appease these other nations, and appease these other religions and all this, because Western society and anything to do with Western culture is obviously bad. Anyway, so it just seems like we have leadership that cannot think clearly, rationally. So even though a majority of people within the West Bank, within Gaza, actually support Hamas and support I think it was a good thing, the invasion on October 7, 2023, and the massacre of all those people, men, women, children, unborn babies in Israel. They think it was a good thing. Australia still thinks, oh no, we should support two-state solution. We should support the formation of a Palestinian state. No idea where these borders are going to be, but hey, this is a good thing. This is the kind of leadership, unfortunately, we have in Australia. But I'm not going to talk about, bring up any other things about, about Israel and all that kind of stuff, and Albanese and the weird stuff, this silly stuff, the completely bizarre path he's determined to take Australia down. I think it's all spiritual, and I think the Bible clearly points out that, hey, this is the way things are going to be. But let's talk about these. Let's look at these other stories. Okay, so hopefully you're watching this on video, but if not, I will read these headlines to you. And like I said, it just seems like we have leaders, bureaucratic leaders, voted political leaders cannot think rationally. How is this? The was it last month we had the judge, or earlier this year anyway, we had the judge who said, "Hey, Christian White, who tasered the elderly grandmother, tasered her. She fell, hit her head. He was a police officer. She died. Well, it wasn't intentional, and he shouldn't be punished too much. He'll just get some community service, no jail time." Crazy, crazy. And the justification was absolutely pathetic. But this is the kind of judges we have. Someone did make a good point, one of the comments saying that they should run background checks on these judges and bureaucrats, which I wholly agree with. How is this for another weird decision by a judge? Again, New South Wales, I believe. So this headline, 7 News, bizarre bail condition placed on accused killer Ayman Manly sparks outrage. The collapse of a private ankle monitoring bracelet company, Bailsafe, has thrown the system into chaos. So, accused killer Ayman Manly has been ordered to send New South Wales Police a selfie every hour across the day as part of his bail conditions, in a move that has been labelled bizarre by senior law enforcement figures. Last week, Manly was ordered by New South Wales Supreme Court Justice Richard Weinstein. Weinstein needs his head read. This is stupid. I mean, accused of murder. It's all right. Go and stay at home. Send us a picture. Idiot. Anyway, this justice ordered to buy the officer overseeing his case a new Apple iPhone, allowing him to send selfies between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So, what's he going to do in between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m.? Who knows? Whatever the heck he wants. Hey, it's up to him. Manly will also have to leave his iPhone location settings on, including Find My iPhone, Find My Network, and send last location settings, which the bail officer will be able to view. I mean, has anyone ever thought of that? That he obviously thinks that, hey, this possible criminal, you know, he's not going to leave his phone at home and just go out and do other things. No, no. Manly, who has pleaded not guilty to a murder charge, has been on bail since January and is under virtual house arrest and had to put up a staggering $5 million surety. Currently, courts are redetermining bail conditions after the Minns government outlawed ankle monitoring bracelets as a condition of bail in New South Wales. The deadline for that is September 12th. The move is because the state discovered that company Bailsafe has shut down without advising authorities. Here he is here. This is the chap who's on house arrest, basically. So opposition police spokesperson Paul Toole said the introduction of selfies as a bail condition was a dangerous precedent. Wow. Golly gee. Toole said, to be frank, this is bullshit. To think selfies can be a form of bail is mind boggling and just does not pass the pub test. I am so sick of these clown politicians using doesn't pass the pub test. You're all idiots. You wouldn't even, whatever. Weinstein's court order state the applicant is to transmit a photo of himself every hour between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on a daily basis to the officer in charge once the officer in charge has provided the dedicated telephone number. Let's just check out the video.
It's one of the strangest bail conditions. An accused killer in Sydney has been ordered to send police a selfie every hour each day. Ayman Manly had to buy the officer overseeing his case a brand new iPhone to send the photos to. He's on virtual house arrest after New South Wales outlawed ankle bracelets following the collapse of monitoring company Bailsafe.
Okay, I just wanted to play that video just so you could hear someone else talking about it too. So that is what's happening. If you're scratching your head saying, Jay, this cannot be true, well, just wanted you to have that extra confirmation. Okay, the next story I'm going to talk about and why I say that our government has lost control over the nation and makes very poor decisions, especially when it comes to nations like China. We're always trying to appease the Chinese Communist Party, always trying to appease them because we're so focused on, oh, well, we're making all this money out of the Chinese government, the Chinese Communist Party. But in actual fact, I believe we're selling our soul. We're selling the soul of Australia just so we can make some money. That's all we're doing. And we're always trying to appease the Chinese Communist Party, but they cannot be trusted, and they treat Australia and our nation as if it's their own, and as if they can come here and just do whatever they want. They're constantly sending their own foreign nationals in to spy on us and to mistreat other foreign nationals, other people who've come here, left China. They, and this is what this woman was caught doing. So this headline here from the New Daily: Chinese woman charged with reckless foreign interference. So a Chinese national has appeared in court in Canberra, charged with foreign interference offence. The woman appeared in the ACT Magistrates Court on Monday. ACT is in Canberra, on Monday to face one count of reckless foreign interference, which carries a maximum penalty of 15 years imprisonment. Yeah, she'll probably get house arrest and have to send a selfie to the police. She was charged on Saturday. After search warrants were executed in Canberra, the Australian Federal Police said the searchers uncovered items such as including electronic devices that will be forensically examined. So the woman, whose name cannot be revealed, is also a permanent Australian resident. It's ridiculous. Why can her name not be revealed? Absolutely pathetic. She is accused of covertly collecting information about the Canberra branch of Buddhist Association Guan Yin Sita. Yita, I don't know how you pronounce that, on behalf of a foreign principal. It is the third time a foreign interference offence has been laid in Australia since laws were introduced by the Commonwealth in 2018, and the first time relating to alleged community interference. Victorian man was charged in November 2020, while New South Wales man was charged in April 2023. So AFP Counterterrorism and Special Investigations Assistant Commissioner Stephen Nutt said investigations continued and further charges had not been ruled out. Foreign interference is a serious crime. As I said, I believe our governments, our leadership has lost control of the nation. We do not make wise decisions when it comes to the way we deal with, well, with nations like China. We put far too much trust in them. We treat them, I think, with a lot of undeserved respect and give them a lot of undeserved attention, all because our government wants to make money from them. However, they don't treat us with the same respect that we give, and they treat our nation like it's their own little playground, and they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. But this is the thing when you have weak and feckless leadership. So this is what's happened in our federal government, whether it's Liberals or Labor, Nationals. They all give far too much credit, far too much attention to governments like the Chinese government, all for the mighty dollar. It's all just about making money. And I think it's about to come falling flat on its face very soon. But we have leadership that's not very good, very poor leadership. We've got all these judges that just make these crazy, bizarre decisions. I mean, allowing possible murderer, someone's accused of murder, hey, he's obviously got some serious amount of coin if he's able to rustle up his $5 million bail, and then hey, buy a phone for the officer in charge, and send him a selfie every hour between 8 and 8. This is the kind of people we have leading our country, the kind of judges we have making these decisions that affect everyone in this nation. If you're a police officer, you make an absolutely stupid decision that goes against police procedures. Pull your taser out and taser a woman, and she falls, hits her head, and dies. Well, you don't have to go to jail. If you've potentially accused, or you've been accused of murdering someone, just give us some bail money and send us a selfie every hour. This is the kind of judges we have in our nation. Absolutely crazy. Our politicians are too busy trying to placate the Chinese government, and constantly overlook constantly overlook the way the Chinese government just treats, like I said, treats Australia like it's its own little playground where they can do whatever they want. So the reason why I was just talking about this, like I said, is I wanted to point out that, in my opinion, Australia has a plague of poor leadership. Whether it's judges making weird, bizarre decisions like that, by allowing someone to just send us a selfie. You're an accused murderer, but hey, just send us a selfie just for 12 hours of the day. For the rest of the night, well, obviously you're going to be tucked up in bed. We're going to trust you to do that. Police officer tases someone, she ends up dying. Hey, just community service for you. Tut, 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 you naughty little boy. Chinese government's running around doing whatever they want in our backyard. I mean, when they've caught one person doing this kind of thing, from my experience when I was in QPS and we were running around investigating criminal organizations, major crime, you knew there was always things that we were investigating. You wrap something up, think, we spent a lot of time doing this, but you knew there was a heap of other work out there that you hadn't been able to touch on. There was so many other things going on, and you're just scratching the surface. You constantly feel like you're just putting out little spot fires everywhere. So fine, we've got one person, one woman who's being accused of foreign interference. I guarantee you there's probably at least dozens. That's probably downplaying it, to be honest, of other Chinese infiltrators, government individuals sent by the Chinese government to infiltrate this nation and spy on people here in this land. Guaranteed. So, they can put their hand up and say, look what we're doing. But you got to lay it all back at the feet of our government, because they're constantly making these decisions, poor decisions, which don't uphold our nation, which are not for the benefit of our nation. But I think our poor leadership that we have, this is because we're under judgment. Because we've embraced the murder of the unborn. We've embraced, or allowed older people to be able to kill themselves. We embrace murder. We don't cherish life. We ignore God. We embrace abhorrent lifestyles, put it that way. So we're judged with poor leadership. Now we've got a prime minister who's adamant, hey, come out and two-state solution. This is the way to go. But this is our nation under judgment, I think. Anyway, let me know what you think. My name's j-fallon. Thanks for listening to Slippery Slope.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna bring